Hey guys, Rob here, 3D Printscape. So last week I showed you how to install the CR Touch on my Ender 3 Pro. The process is pretty much the same for all the printers that support it, but with that I showed you how to do it using the stock Creality firmware. So today I'm going to show you how to compile a Marlin build so that you can use that instead of the Creality firmware. This process assumes that you already did the install, so the physical install. If you haven't already, make sure you check out the video I did last week. I'll link to it in the description below. The only difference is in that video, you'll be swapping out the firmware that you download from the Creality site with the firmware that we're going to cover making in this video. You're basically going to build the firmware, which we'll cover here in a second, run all the wiring and everything, get everything connected, actually connect the firmware or push the firmware to the printer, make sure all the wiring is good, and then add the G29 command to Cura, and then go ahead and set your Z offset and kick off a test print. Again, I cover all that in the other video. This one is just focusing on the Marlin part of it. Alright, so if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so to start with, I'm going to walk you through the VS Code install process. It's pretty straightforward. I'll link to this website below, but you just want to go to here and download this, assuming you're using Windows, or if you're using a different OS, choose the download for the OS that you're using, and then it will go ahead and download the executable. So you'll pretty much just launch that and then run through the install using all default parameters. I didn't uninstall my VS Code because the install is pretty straightforward. It's literally just clicking next a bunch of times. And then once that's done, you would launch VS Code, so we'll do that real quick. All right, then once in VS Code, there's a couple plugins that we have to get. To get to the plugins, you want to go under extensions, and then we need to install two plugins. It's going to be Platform IO and Auto Build Marlin. Platform IO automatically installs this C plugin as well. And the auto build plugin isn't necessarily needed, but I find it does make things easier because you don't really have to mess with stuff inside of the platform io.ini file. I have a video on this kind of going over what it is and how to use it. I'll link to that in the description below. All right, and then once you install both of those, you're going to want to restart VS Code, and then we should be good to go. The next thing we need to do is download the latest firmware. So we'll go ahead and bring up the Marlin download page. And then once here, we'll go down to the bug fix release and download that. And then we'll also download the configuration examples. So if we go over here, that'll bring us to the GitHub page, and then just go to code and download zip. Now that we have both of these, we want to unzip them. So let me go and bring that up real quick. Now that we have Explorer up, we'll go ahead and unzip both of these. So just right click on them and extract all. And default location is fine for now. Now that those have been unzipped, what I like to do is move the bug fix folder under a firmware folder off of the C drive. So basically what I did was I just created a firmware folder right off of C, and then I put my firmware here. The reason for that is most of this was built on Linux, and it doesn't have some of the file length issues that Windows has or limitations. So if you have this folder nested too deep in other folders, you're going to have issues come build time. All right, so now let's go ahead and open that up. The next thing we want to go ahead and do here is grab the configuration example for our printer. So for this example, I'm using the Ender 3 Pro with the 422 board. So we're going to go into the configuration examples, go into config examples, and then go to Creality, and then choose your printer. So it's going to be Ender 3 Pro for me. And then you choose your board from here, which, like I said, I have the 422 board in this one. So here is my base starting point for the firmware. I'm going to take these 4 files, copy them, and then go back over to my firmware folder and go into Marlin, and then paste these, overwriting the existing files. And that gives me the starting point for my firmware. So now what we're going to want to do is go ahead and load VS Code up again, and then go ahead and open that folder. So just go to File, Open Folder, and then you're going to want to select that folder. So it'd be C firmware and this guy right here. You want to make sure you're getting the top level and not drilling into one of these other folders. If you do, you're not going to have all of the files you need. So just go open folder. Like I've had people just select the Marlin folder inside of that bug fix folder. And what happens there is A, you don't have all the files, but B, you don't have the check mark down here either. Basically, it won't let you build because it's looking for the platform io.ini file, which is right here. Another thing to note is you want to make sure that there's only one of those files. So I've seen people open this up on a Mac as an example, and they have multiple copies of the firmware in there, and they have all of them open, and it won't let them build because they don't know what it's trying to build. All right, so from here, the process is pretty much the same as just building Marlin for the BL Touch or anything else that you have, but I'm going to run through all the changes that we need to make here. The first thing I like to do though is kick off a build without changing any of the config files to make sure it builds successfully before making any changes. Just basically in case there is an issue, I know if it's before or after the default import. I mean, this is coming from a bug fix line, so I have seen issues before. All right, so let's go over to the auto build. So go here, show the panel, and then we're going to create the build for the Creality board. So just go to build, and this should be successful. All right, so that was good. Now I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up. I don't need to keep it around. It was just a test, so just go ahead and hit clean to delete all of that. And let's go back to our configs. All right, so we want to go under Marlin and configuration.h. Now I'm mainly going to talk about what changes you need to make. I'm not going to go so much into the why. If you have any questions about some of these, feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try to help out. All right, so the first thing I like to do is adjust the printer name. So right now it's just Ender 3 Pro 1.5 or whatever. If I'm doing a lot of builds for testing different things, I'll increment a number or just put a date and a timestamp or something like that. That way, when you actually upload the firmware, it's an easy way to validate that it actually took the latest firmware. If you know it's going to be fine, or you're just making a couple changes or just making a couple changes to an existing build that was good, you can just name this whatever. But I'll do Ender 3 Pro and 3D Printscape. This part is totally optional though. All right, next thing I do is I just search for BL Touch, and that will bring us down here, and you want to uncomment that. That's enabling BL Touch. I know this is for the CR Touch, but it's the same probe sensor, so this is what needs to be enabled. And then you want to scroll up and comment out, use Z min probe, and uncomment use probe for Z homing. And this is assuming that you have all 5 pins connected to the BL Touch port on the board itself. If you change some of the wiring, you'll want to make adjustments based on the wiring changes you did. And then I scroll down to this area right here. We got to set our offsets. I don't remember what it is offhand. I'll just use what I have for the BL Touch. It'll be close, but I recommend you measuring it. But just -44, -7. So that's going to be your X and Y offsets. Then I leave the Z offset at 0 because we'll set this later with the Z offset at the computer itself. And from here we want to search for auto bed, basically the auto bed leveling, and then uncomment auto bed leveling by linear. And then we want to search for Z safe and uncomment Z safe homing. And that's really all the changes we need to make in the configuration file. There's one I recommend making in the configuration advanced file. If you go over to that, search for wizard, and then scroll down until you get to probe offset wizard, and you want to go ahead and uncomment that to enable the probe offset wizard. It makes setting the Z offset a lot easier. I did create a video covering that process, which I'll link to below as well. And then that's really all of the changes you need to make. There are a couple things you could tweak in here. It's not required though, but if you search for BL Touch, if you're having issues, you could potentially adjust the delay. I've only seen that need it for some of the off-brand BL Touches. For some of the 3D Touch ones, having this enabled will cause it to have issues, so you don't want to modify it. So basically, if you're not having issues, just leave it commented out. I just wanted to bring it up just in case you did have issues with it. And then another thing some people like to enable is the high speed probing. Basically, it's right here. If you read the disclaimer here, it says it can impact accuracy and all of that. I have gone back and forth with it. I've used it on some, and other ones I haven't. If I'm doing a bunch of testing just to validate things, I'll enable it. If I'm just finalizing a firmware build that I'm going to use for a while, I'll typically disable it, because the extra 30 seconds or whatever for the initial mesh on a 20 or 30 hour print is really nothing. But I know some people have asked about that, so I figured it'd be worth pointing out. All right, so now we want to go back over to our auto build, go to the panel, and go ahead and kick off a build. And this should be successful. All right, so it looks like this build was good. So what we'll do here is go ahead and click on this. It will go ahead and bring up the actual output, which we have right here. And then we'll go ahead and copy this to our SD card and then put it in the printer. Alright guys, so that covers building Marlin to work with the CR Touch. Process is almost identical to the BL Touch. There are a couple of variances that you could tweak if you wanted to, but you don't really have to. One thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, which I think is still worth pointing out, is you can leave the Z-stop connected or disconnected. It will work either way. If you have any questions about the process or would like to see any other videos, go ahead and leave a comment below or join us on Discord. Thanks.